Hi everyone, and Happy New Year. It is 2023. This is the Knitty Witch podcast, and a lot of things are going to be changing. You may have noticed a couple different changes in my intro and how I present this podcast, and I'm going to be doing things a little differently as far as how the numbers are concerned. So I was previously up to episode 15. I've been podcasting for a little over a year, but I'm going to consider all of that season 1. I feel like as a podcaster, I've grown a little bit, and I felt like a couple changes were needed. And as the seasons of our life change, I felt that that should reflect in my podcast. So I'm going to be calling this season 2, episode 1. That's how I'm going to keep track of the different years as I progress. So welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the Knitty Witch podcast 2023. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so grateful to every one of you for coming back and for spending your time with me and for being with me along this journey. If you are new here, welcome. I am so pleased to meet you. I'm so happy that you found me and that you're with me on this journey. So let's get into all of the good things. What have I been working on? What has been going on? If you've been catching up with my Vlogmas, you'll have seen that there's a few things that I have been struggling with a little bit and working on this holiday season. And I'm going to talk to you about what I am bringing with me into the new year. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I have to share with you is actually an FO. I finished my 3-color cashmere shawl by Locatelli. I'm calling this my 3-color non-cashmere shawl because I did not use cashmere, but I used this beautiful, beautiful yarn from Summer Camp Fibers. I love these colors so much. Like pink, blue, and purple are my colors. They are my signature colors. I love them. I use them in everything. Look at how long this is. It is a really, really long shawl width-wise. And I love this pattern so much. This was such a good way to use up 3 single skeins in your stash. And I have a couple other skeins of yarn that go together that I will be making this pattern again. I have like a hot pink, a black, and a black and white speckle that I've been trying to figure out what to do with forever. And I'm definitely going to be making this with that. This was it was such a fun pattern, and I really, really love the outcome. I have not blocked this, which is why the picot edging is curling up on the bottom, but I'm going to be having a blocking party, and I have about 3 or 4 shawls that need to be blocked and a couple sweaters. And I think that when I do all of that, then I will come on and share those with you because they need to get done. I just haven't had the space or the time to set aside cleaning an area large enough to block everything, even one at a time, because one of the things I need to block is my slip extravaganza, not this one, the other one. And it's huge. It takes up a whole floor. So that's why it hasn't gotten done yet, but it needs to get done, and I will share those with you when I finish them all. The next FO, I don't have another FO. Let me take that back. Now let's get into whips. So what whips am I bringing with me into this new year? There's a couple whips that I am bringing with me into the new year that I'm not going to talk about. And those are a crochet cowl that I have going on, a garter stitch scarf that was supposed to be a gift that I have not gifted yet or finished, and my mandala blanket from Annie's Club Kits. I love that mandala blanket so much, and it is a new skill to me because I've never followed a crochet pattern before. And it just takes a lot of brain space and time. And I've been working on other projects and it's kind of fallen to the back burner. But this year I really want to focus on that blanket and get that blanket at least nearly done. Okay, so the active whips I have coming into the new year are 2 pairs of socks to start with. I did not finish my Halloween socks. So this is sock 1 of my Halloween socks. This is a yarn from Mermaid Tangles Yarn Co. that was gifted to me by Lesley, and I love it so much. I just need to finish these. when I have the time to work on socks, I will be working on these. The other pair of socks I have are my Christmas holiday knit along socks. I actually made a lot more progress on these than I did on the Halloween socks. So this is sock 2. And I am using Pretty Twisted Yarns in the Festive AF colorway. So this is sock 2, like I said, and look at how cute this stitch marker is from the Naughty Knitress. I got that in my advent, and I'm pretty sure she has some stitch markers up in her store, so she might actually have those. Don't quote me on that, but I am close to being finished. Sock 2 needs to be finished, and the way I knit my socks is all vanilla toe up. I've mentioned this before, but I do not use a pattern for my socks. I have tried knitting pattern socks before, and no matter what I do, I lose interest because it's a lot of work it's a lot of brain power to work on a pair of pattern socks just for it to be socks. Like for me, I feel like if I'm putting that much effort into a pattern, I want it to be on something on a larger scale, like a sweater. I just feel like it takes a lot of time. The other reason is when I knit socks, it's because I need a break from what I'm working on, and I want that break to be calm and soothing, and going around and around on my 9-inch circular needle on socks is so comforting to me. I love it so much. So putting a pattern in there kind of messes up my groove, but yeah, so I knit mine toe up. These are 60 stitches on a size 1. Okay, here's the thing. If I was knitting the magic loop, it would be a size 1 needle. But because I'm using a 9-inch circular, I am using a size 0 needle because the way you hold the 9-inch circulars opens your gauge up and makes your gauge more loose, therefore needing to compensate for that and go down a needle size to get the accurate gauge. So for me, on a size 0 9-inch circular, 60 stitches works. Then when I'm done with my 2 sock tubes and knit from toe to cuff, I use a easy sewn bind off. I believe that was a technique coined by Elizabeth Zimmerman, easy sewn bind off. And then I will go back and I will put both heels in, and they will be afterthought, cut in afterthought heels. So those are my 2 socks. And this, oh, I didn't even mention. So let me mention, because I am in love with these bags. So my Halloween socks are living in a Delphina collective bag. I love Delphina's bags. I love her style. And my Christmas socks are living in this cute little basket that I picked up from my yarn store a few years ago. I love it. It is so cute to carry around, and it's perfect for a sock project. Especially Christmas, walking around with my little Christmas basket. I thought I was pretty cute. All right, so the next thing I'm actively working on is my Scrappy blanket. This is the Granny Stripe blanket by Attic 24. So I will say that Attic, excuse me, Attic 24, I'm all tangled, is a UK maker, and therefore this pattern is in UK terms. They do explain to you the US version and like what you would need to do it if you were US. And I found that to be a little confusing. So what I did was I went online and I found a video, and I will link that down below. And the video is what helped me with this pattern. So this is the Granny Stripe blanket that I am using 1 color or 1 mini skein per row. So I was a subscriber to row 1 minis. I had to pause that because I have too many mini skeins right now. And those are 10 gram minis. So each one of these rows is actually 7 grams, uses 7 grams. If I were to do this again, I think when I started, I cast on around 300 stitches. If I were to do this again, I would cast on just a little bit more to use a little bit more of a 10 gram skein than 7 grams maybe like 8 or 9 grams would be cool cutting it close, just to use up and not have like 3 grams left over after I'm done. When I first started the base and the foundation, it used up a little more than 7 grams. So I thought that that would be the standard for the rest of the blanket, but it's not. That first foundation row takes a little more yarn than 10 grams. So if you are planning on doing a blanket like this, keep that in mind, that your first rows will use up more yarn than the rest of your rows if you're doing a scrappy version. To piggyback off of this, I have another granny stripe blanket that is coming with me into the new year. That is the rainbow granny stripe blanket that is yarn from, this is what's left of it. This is Lion Brand Mandala yarn in the Gnome colorway. This is my favorite colorway of this yarn. I have a bunch of it for this blanket, and I keep buying more because I'm afraid that they're gonna run out. I am so tangled. Okay, here we go. So here is where we're at, and I'm gonna stand up because it is getting quite large. I can't even show it all to you, but look at how, that's the back obviously. So look at how beautiful it's coming out. And this is a blanket for my daughter Harper. She doesn't know it yet because I didn't want to hear, "Are you done with my blanket?" every day until it's over. So this is a surprise for her. But yeah, it is the same pattern. The only problem that I have with this pattern versus the yarn. So every skein, no, I'll drop it. If I open that drawer, my slipstravaganza will fall down. So every skein has a different series of colors. And in order for you to match up the rows to the proper colors when you start to run out, you kind of have to maybe pick a skein that's close to the color scheme, or cut out, like pull through and cut out a section of yarn to get to where you need to be. I tried just knitting and putting another one in there all willy-nilly, and it looked awful. So I have to make sure that the colors line up, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt. And not only is it a pain in the butt, it also wastes yarn. So next time I do this blanket, I'm actually not going to use the self-striping. I'm going to just use different colors of yarn so that I can control where the stripes start and where they stop. And that'll make it a little easier. Oh, there we go. So that is my second granny stripe. I actually didn't realize how big this was until I took it out and showed it to you guys. I'm actually doing really good. All right. So those are my blankets. And then I have, so I'm going into the new year with a sweater. I shouldn't even be going into the new year with a sweater because this should be done. By all intents and purposes, there is no reason why the sweater can't be done. But isn't that the way of it most of the time? This is the Bay Heaven cardigan by Kimberly McAlinden. And if you didn't see that, but I just dropped a bunch of yarn and that was cool. But I am using Into the World Saratoga Sport in the As One Does colorway. This is a beautiful, beautiful yarn, a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And this is my second Bay Heaven cardigan because I enjoy this pattern so much. So there's one sleeve. This is what, okay. And then we are, if I could get this on with all the little, oh no, my bracelet's caught. Oh no. Okay. So this is where we're at. And they kind of have bell sleeves, which I like because it has no sleeve decreasing. And there I am on the second sleeve. So this is going to be gorgeous. I I'm just like looking at the yarn and I love it so much. Look at how beautiful this is. It's all full of dog hair, as is my life. My life is full of dog hair, but it is beautiful. And let me take this off before I ruin or get myself into any more, see? Before I get myself into any more trouble and tangled anymore. All right, and this is living in my Black Pearl Magic Laveau bag. This is one of my favorite bags. Sorry guys that I'm all over the place. This is one of my favorite bags. I love Shayla's bags so much. I love how it's vinyl so your needles don't poke through it, especially when you're using smaller needles. They tend to be a little bit pokier, and this keeps them at bay. So it sparkles. It's everything I ever wanted. I love this bag. She has so many versions of this bag now, and they're so fun. Okay, so that is my whips from before. Those are all the things that I have been working on. Now, what I'm actively working on is my truly outrageous shawl, the Gem and the Holograms Knit Along by Junk Yarn and Knit Graffiti, who is Lesley Ann Robertson. This is living naturally in my Gem and the Holograms bag by Fate's Thread. I love Fate's Thread's bags, and this is one of the reasons why, is because she has a Gem and the Holograms bag. My 80s heart sang when I got this bag. So there is, if you don't know who Gem is, so Gem was basically MTV's response to Barbie. MTV, I don't know if it was on MTV at first or not when I was little, but MTV and the creators created Gem. Gem is a rock star. She has an alter ego. Her name is Jerrica Benton by day, and then she transforms with her earrings into Gem, and it was... Everyone wanted to be like Barbie and wanted to be like her, and I wanted to be Gem. And I'm sure there's so many out there, so many of you out there that can relate to that, because she was truly outrageous. And so is this shawl. I'm in the middle of a row, like I always am. I always stop in the middle of a row. I've explained that before, but basically how it works for me is a lot of the times if I finish a row, I'll forget to move the row counter, or I'll forget to click it or highlight where I am next, and I get all confused. Well, if I just stop in the middle of the row, I know that that's the row that I'm on, right? So let me flip this inside out. And here it is. So, oh my God, I am loving this so much. The colors all represent something. So the pink represents Gem. The coral represents Kimber, her sister. The pink represents Shayna, who has purple hair. The blue represents Aja, who has blue hair. And then the last color to be added in represents Pizzazz, who is one of the misfits, which is Gem's like enemy and nemesis. Excuse me. Look at how freaking cool that is. That's going to be going in. And this kit came with stitch markers. It came with a little pouch, like sparkly pouch, and like there's one of the stitch markers. It's Gem's earring. Like, how cool is that? This was just so much fun. Everything about it was fun. Opening up the new yarn every week was fun. Working on it and not knowing what it was gonna be was fun. Like, I just really, really enjoyed myself with this shawl and this knit along, even though I didn't finish on time. Here is Junk Yarn's label. I'm almost done. I have like 2 rows to go on the blue, and then I'll be adding in the chartreuse color today, and I cannot wait to finish this. So once I finish this, because this has my size 4 needles, so I'm knitting it on a size 4 40-inch needle. Once I finish that, I'm looking around, just making sure I have no more whips left to show you. Yes, okay, we're good. So that was all the whips I have. Now I'm going to get into what I'm going to be making. I'm not going to list everything I'm going to be making. These are just the things that I'm immediately going to be making. So next up, this is my Tanny and Casey bag. Tanny Casey, that I won from the skating, the Floxy skating event for Rhinebeck. Like, look at how cute with the little roller skates. I love it. So, all that to say, I will be knitting the Big Cozy Cardigan by Andrea Mowry with Farmer's Daughter fibers for her knit along. So, I am using Farmer's Daughter fibers in the Recollect base, and the colorway is Chinook Winds. The contrast color is also Farmer's Daughter fibers in Oh Dang base, and this is a Surrey. Yep, a Surrey alpaca and silk, and it is in the Many Moons colorway. So if you've not seen this big comfy Cardi, whew, when Andrea Mowry released this pattern, I was like, yes, I need to make this immediately. It is so amazing, and I'm so excited to make it, and I know that once I make it, I'm gonna wear it all the time. Which is funny because, well, I think it's funny that everything that I've shown you has been a rainbow, except my clothes. When I knit sweaters, they're always gray. That's not true. I do have a red and black. I did knit the red and black sweater. I have 2 gray sweaters. I just tend to lean, I have 3 gray sweaters. I just tend to lean towards gray. Gray is my neutral. It's like any shade of black is my neutral. So that's what I will be knitting with the Farmer's Daughter fibers. And look at how beautiful this is gonna look together. So this is the body of the sweater, and this is the collar. So that's one pattern that I'll be knitting, and then another pattern that I will be knitting. And this is going to live in my Black Pearl Magic bag. See, now she's not making a lot of these fabric bags because the fabric bags don't move as well as the Laveau bags do. But let me tell you, I love this bag. Like, this bag is everything. It's just so great. So this is Summer Camp Fibers, and you can't tell right now, but it is a fade. There's more colors than that. It's a whole thing, like it all fades together. And this is going to be a, wait, what is it called? Cozy Comfort Fade Cardi. It's going to be a Comfort Fade cardigan by Andrea Mowry. So that is also on my list to knit. So I will be making 2 sweaters this year in the very least, and that is my goals. The other thing that I will be planning on making is the Aurora Cabin Shawl by Stephen West, and I'll be using Asylum Fibers, a kit that I got from Asylum Fibers for that. So those are the 3 things that I know that this year I will be making. All right. Let's see what else I have here for you. I think that is it for all the things that I'm working on, and that's it for what I'm going to work on. Now I'm going to show you a couple things that I was gifted and picked up for the holiday season. So I was talking about Delphina Collectives bags and how much I love them. And I was gifted for Christmas Delphina bags from my friend Wanda. And I love these bags so much. Look at this. It's kawaii food. It's so cute. And this is such a good bag. Like, the inside, it has a zipper on the inside, not a zipper on the inside, a zippered pocket on the inside, and so much room in here, and it pops out. And this is just such a good size bag. I needed larger bags because a lot of the bags I have, when I first started knitting, I was knitting a lot of socks and small things. So I have a lot of small bags and not as many large bags. She also gifted me this bag as well. And I love everything about it. It reminds me of Care Bears so much. And this is also a really roomy bag. It's got this beautiful yellow on the inside. So this is good for like a shawl project or like multiple small projects. If you have like multiple skein small project right there, that'll work. So those are my Delphina bags. And that's it. That is all the things, and all the things I've been working on and all the things that I want to work on. There is just one last, well, maybe not one last thing, but a couple things to wrap up. One of those is the holiday make-along. So for the holiday make-along, we had so many people knit so many amazing things. For this make-along, all you had to do was just knit anything. It didn't matter how big it was. I think I put like 20 grams, if even that. I just wanted people to participate, and everything that we were working on during the month of December, whether it be a gift or something for us, it all counted. So the winner of that giveaway and knit along is Beth. That's BMB 281, I believe. I'm going to throw it up on the screen. And thank you so much to everyone who participated in that. We had so much fun. So Beth, I'm going to be sending you a prize. And we had an amazing prize donated to us from Stitching Plaza. She was so nice to reach out and offer to send something to me to give away to you guys, which is amazing. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that I get to share this with you. So you'll be getting a Stitching Plaza bag with some yarn to go with it, some fluffy yarn. So this yarn is this amazing yarn I picked up at a yarn store that went out of business, unfortunately. And it is, there you go, Aslan Trends. It is so fluffy and soft, and I'm so happy to gift it to you and send it off so it could be made into something amazing. Came undone there for a second. So Beth, please get a hold of me, contact me, send me a message, and let me get your info so I could send this out to you. Another cool thing that was gifted to us is from Jenna of 716 Knits. She has a yarn truck, guys. Like, how cool is that? And she gifted us some yarn. So here is her Knit Buffalo 716 Knits. And I'm going to be throwing these in the prize bin so that I can give away to you guys. I will be keeping one for myself because I had to. I saw this one and I thought that would make a really cute pair of socks. So I'm going to hold on to this one so that when I give them away, I can knit along with you. So I'm going to be sharing these two with you. She even sent along a little package of goodies. So thank you so much, Jenna. Thank you so much to everyone. I cannot say enough how grateful I am to have all of you in my life. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am, and that is just happy. I'm happy and I'm sitting here sharing what I make with you guys, and that just brings me so much joy. If you haven't joined my Discord group, I know that Discord can be a little intimidating, but I promise you it's not once you get the hang of it. It is just like a chat room, and it is a little easier for me to use this for my make-alongs and my giveaways than it is for me to use Ravelry, because I don't really use Ravelry. I use Ravelry to keep track of my projects for myself, but it's not always updated. I do my best, I really do, to link everything and make it all proper. But I just, besides downloading patterns and stuff, I just don't use Ravelry. So Discord is a little bit easier for me to have everyone all in one place so that I can do my giveaways, I can do my knit-alongs, and I can do everything in the group there. So I will have a link for that down below. It is free. There is no charge ever. And come join us, come chat with us. We have knit nights on Thursday and Saturday, and any other time that you guys want to jump in and chat with each other, you can totally do that. It's free. You don't need any extra software. It does not use Zoom. It uses Discord only. So please consider joining, because we would love to have you. We have an amazing group of people, an amazing group of makers, and it is such a good community. If you are someone who would like to support the podcast through sending me something to give away or any of that, please get in contact with me. I love sharing your guys' makes. If you are a maker and you are new and you're just starting out and you want to get your stuff out there, I am happy to help you with that as well. I love sharing everyone's talents. Everyone is so talented in all different ways, and I love getting that out there to everyone. Without each other sharing, we wouldn't have a community. There are also other ways for you to support the podcast. The best way that you can support the podcast is by subscribing to my channel. Please subscribe. It helps me and it helps the channel grow. It helps people find the channel. And also it gets you all my videos, so all in one place. You don't have to worry about having to find them every time. It's just really beneficial. Other ways that you can help support me are just through Instagram. I didn't tell you, I should have, because I switched everything up. I am Knitty Witch on Instagram and Knitty-Witch on Ravelry. So just liking my pictures, just being there, commenting on these videos, those are all non-monetary ways that you can support me and support this channel. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday. I hope going into 2023, you have all good things planned. I know that it's kind of hard after the last few years trying to figure out what's this year gonna be like. Will 2023 be like 2022? No, because you have the power to change it and you have the power to make it better. So let's do that. Let's set our intention for this year, and our intention for this year is for 2023 to be a great one. I hope that this podcast finds you well. I hope that you have an amazing, amazing week. I'm going to try to podcast a lot more frequently. Don't quote me on that. I'm trying. But I do want to bring you more episodes in 2023. That is my goal. Stay safe, everyone. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Take care of each other. Love each other. Be kind to yourself. It's easy to be kind to others, but it's a little harder to be kind to yourself. But remember to do that. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a good day. Bye.